So day in the life of hackNY. I start out, I wake up, I walk down to work down in Soho. I walk into the new OMG Pop offices and I sit down and I start working on dudes.
This is where I work at Bitly, shortening URLs by hand.
Content extraction library.
Fundamentally overhaul the location of some of the tabs.
Analytics tool.
Sentiment analysis.
Content management system.
Real-time user analytics.
Android platform on the SDKs.
Found this crazy security hole.
Data visualization.
Mobile app.
Designed to build the Skillshare API.
Finding bottlenecks in the code.
My startup was really early stage, so I got to see what it's like starting from the beginning.
Working the Mongo conference and seeing how other people use the product I make.
A small company and got to learn the inner workings of it.
Basically at Second Market, it's really cool because I got tacked on to one of their existing dev teams. So I get to commit production code and see how people use what I build. And it's also interesting to kind of tackle a very large code base, where at school you're kind of build your own projects, you don't really read other people's code that much.
Being at Parsley, which is a really small company, means that I can have a very well-rounded experience. I went to some pitch meetings, Fox News, Bloomberg. Also, I was very involved in the development process in many parts of the system, and got to ask as many questions as I want.
So at Q Labs, I'm working on some stuff with the Kinect and integrating that with some of the fluid simulations I've done in the past. So now with the fluid simulation, you can go in with your body and like you can scoop up the water and stuff, and it's pretty fun and everybody really likes it.
We met some amazing venture capitalists and angels, including Chris Dixon and Miraco and the partners at Union Square Ventures, and it was really insightful to see what they thought about new and emerging trends in technology.
Two speakers that came to the summer series and spoke to us that I really liked, Joel Spolsky and Chris Poole. What was cool about that was Joel Spolsky's famous for Stack Exchange, Chris Poole is famous for 4chan and Canvas. So they both have completely different approaches for running their communities, but they're both concerned about the same things.
It was really interesting to hear how really successful people in the New York tech startup scene had become what they are today, where they started from, what they studied, the types of things that they worked on. That I thought that was really helpful, and especially as an up-and-coming designer.
I really enjoyed this talk with Hillary Mason right now, sort of because of how technical it was and how many off-the-record things she was willing to tell us that I know we can't repeat, but you'll get some of that if you do hackNY.
hackNY instantly puts you at the center of the New York tech scene.
It taught me a lot about practical knowledge that I don't get to learn in school.
My favorite thing about hackNY is the community, all the people that are involved in it, and I just love coding with people who know what they're doing all the time.
35 of us were able to get together and actually hold workshops once a week to teach each other about diverse areas of expertise.
The great thing about hackNY is that it alters your perceptions about the startup community. Whether your team is 5 people or 50 people, at places like Gilt, Boxy, and Foursquare, you realize that startups are not small and unstable.
Yeah, so the best thing I like about hackNY is just the enthusiasm of all the fellows for working on projects, both within our companies and on our own time.
Through the program, we got to find out about a bunch of hackathons in the area. A bunch of fellows and I went to a 36-hour game hackathon, and we found that being in an environment where there were so many experienced programmers and having that pressure of a time limit gave us the opportunity to learn so much in a short period of time.
My favorite part about this program is that I'm learning a lot, whether it be in work or outside of work. I usually have a lot of questions, so I just bring them over to the hackNY fellows, and they'll usually answer my question perfectly. We started hackNY because there are so many great startups in New York City, and I've had a background in working at startups, and I just think it's awesome to work at young, innovative companies, and I want my students to have those opportunities.
I think for Evan and for me, it's just, it's been really exciting to try to help students find out about some of these awesome things that they can do with their technical skills, and about all these startups in New York that really, really want to work with these students.
What I really love about the program is that it's all about community, which is something that New York is kind of lacking compared to Silicon Valley. There's this pipeline that exists from these great universities that we have on the East Coast, and it sends all of our best engineering students to Wall Street, Silicon Valley, and I think that the biggest problem is we don't have the dev culture here, a community here, that really supports and promotes students joining startups. And one of the things that this organization is doing is enabling students to find out about, A, that startups exist, and B, that they're actually kind of cool, they're kind of fun. It's a great thing to join a young company or to start your own.
I think the best part was getting to meet a lot of smart people, getting to meet a lot of smart peers. When you're at school, even though you're studying computer science, you might not necessarily meet people that are in the same hacker, builder, maker mindset as you. And hackNY is full of people that make things in the evenings, on the weekends, program things on their computer just because they like it, because it's awesome.
Okay, we're gonna play Still Live from Portal.
hackNY. Help the planet.